Right. So, good evening. Okay. Now you have joined, right? What you have joined now is to the grade 11 commerce paper class, right? This is one of my first time doing a paper class for the grade 11s online. Okay. Can I? By the way, to introduce myself, I am Zaim Saharuddin. I am teaching for A levels, right? So far, I've been teaching for A levels for the last 6 years, right? For the last 6 years, I'll be teaching for A level. And now this time I thought of, okay, yes, to start an O-level batch as well. And then this is my online group where I'll be starting with a revision seminar. Now, so at the moment we have three here, Minuka, Buvindu, and Shaza. Can I know what your grades are? Are you grade 10 or are you grade 11? Because I got inquiries regarding both grade 10 nekatai 11 nekatai dekata maawa. So at the moment I want to know, are you grade 10 or are you grade 11? Govindu, okay, 11. Right. You are from grade 10. It's okay, no problem, right? So here today, what I am targeting is, right, what I am targeting today is, we'll be targeting questions from both grade 10 lessons and grade 11 lesson. 10 nekatai 11 nekatai dekata mekatu kalama target karanne, but major questions will be for the grade 11s, right? Major of the questions will be for the grade 11s, and there are some minor questions regarding the grade 10 as well. But 10 එකෙක් කෙනෙකුත් හිටියට කමක් නැහැ. මොකද ඔයා දැනගන්න ඕනේ එතකොට මට grade 11 ගියාම මොනවද කරන්න තියෙන්නේ කියලා හරි idea එකක් එනවනේ. So just stick with us. Now I did send you a paper, right? I did send you a paper. This paper is not made by me, right? This paper is not made by me. This paper is from Northwestern, right? Northwestern Province 2025. Northwestern Province 2025. Grade 10 එකයි grade 11 එකයි mix කරලා තමයි මේ paper එක හදලා තියෙන්නේ, right? Northwestern Province 2025 grade 10 එකයි 11 එකයි mix කරලා තමයි මේක හදලා තියෙන්නේ. So most of you, right, not gonna lie, most of the O-level students, what you have, the problem is regarding the accounting areas. Accounting areas lazy BS part එක තමයි අමාරු කියන කට්ටිය කවුරුත් නැහැ, right? ඇත්තනේ. BS නම් පාඩම් කරා, right? You memorize the stuff, right? You memorize the BS part and then you vomit the BS part in your paper. That's the basic thing that you do, ne? When it comes to the accounting areas, right? But when it comes to the accounting areas, the problem is you can't do that, right? You can't memorize accounting, ne? So that is the problem. Now, since we have two grade 11 students, tell me, what are the difficult areas in accounting for you? What are දැනටමත් අමාරු මොනවාද? අමාරු කොටස් මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? මට O-level accounting වල මේ part එක කරන්න බෑ. පට්ට අමාරුයි. මේක කරගන්න බෑ, පට්ට අමාරුයි. What do you have? Financial statements අමාරුද? Bank reconciliation අමාරුද? මොනවද තියෙන hard areas? මට කොමර්ස් කිව්වමත් අමාරුයි එහෙමද? මට කොමර්ස් මතක් වෙද්දිත් නිකන් හති වගේ එකක් තියෙනවද? මට කොමර්ස් කියද්දි නිකන් හති වගේ. Okay, grade 10, 12 and 11 units, okay. Don't worry, right? Don't worry. What we will do is we will do sums, right? We will do sums today. Grade 10 we'll start with grade 10. We'll start with double entries, accounting equation. Then we will go up to financial statements adjustments, right? අපි double entries වලින් පටන් අරන් adjustments වෙනකන් අපි යන්න. එතකොට බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් මොනවාද අමාරු මොනවාද ලේසි කියලා. So then I guess you have the paper right? All the paper ඇති right? I guess you have the paper printed with you. I'm not going to share the screen share කරාම ඔයාලට මේ බලන්න අමාරු board එක. So that's what I'm doing. I'll not be sharing the paper. I'll be directly teaching you through the board. My board එක පේනවනේ. Okay. හරි. ළමයි, since we have a grade 10 guy as well, since we have a grade 10 guy with us, what we will do is we'll start with the last question here. මේ මෙතන මේ පටන් ගත්තම තියෙන question එක නෙමෙයි. මේ මෙහෙ පිටිපස්සේ තියෙන question set එක. In the end, right? In the end, you have some questions. Okay, I guess you can see. Okay. මෙන්න මේ questions වලට පොඩ්ඩක් යන්නකෝ. Right? In the end, there is this double entry question. Okay. ඔන්න අපි ඔතන ඉඳන් යමු. The question says, following transaction occurred in Aya's business during the month of January 2025. They have given some transactions, and what you have to do is you have to do the table here, right? You have to fill the table here according to the relevant double entry, right? According to the relevant double entry, according to the relevant impact to the accounting equation, you have to fill this table. That's a very basic. ඔයාලගේ කොමර්ස් පේපර් එකේ එන බේසික්ම ලෙවල් එකේ ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් තමයි ඒ. grade 10 එකේ කට්ටියට පොඩ්ඩක් මේක පැටලෙනවා, but don't worry, we'll do. Now I'll draw the diagram first, right? I'll draw the diagram here first. So when it comes to this, the accounting equation, the format is there. You have assets. It is equal to assets equal to equity plus, right? Assets equal equity plus liability. So that is the normal format, right? That is the equation in your sum. Okay, මුලින් කියනවා invested cash as rupees 100,000. The first transaction is invested cash as capital rupees 100,000. They have already given it. Again, when we invest cash to the business, cash කියලා කියන්නේ අපේ මොනවාද? asset. So what happens? Assets increase by 100,000. Cash කියන්නේ අපේ asset එකක්නේ, right? Cash is our asset, right? When our asset increases, we have to mention asset increase 100,000. Then, since we are investing, the owner is investing to the business, so the equity is also increasing by 100,000. That is already given, right? This one is already given. When your cash increase, your asset increase. When you are investing, right? When you are investing, your equity will also increase. That is already given. The number 2, purchase trade stock for resale rupees 20,000. Then sometimes what happens is, when they have given purchasing trade stock, right? Purchasing trade stock කිව්වම ළමයිට පැටලෙන තැනක් තමයි, they try to wonder, what is this trade stock? මොකක්ද බොල මේ trade stock කියලා කියන්නේ? මම අහලවත් නැහැ. එහෙම එකක් හිතෙනවා, right? බය වෙන්න එපා. Trade stock කියලා කියන්නේ ළමයි, trade stock means the goods, the stocks you purchase to sell. විකුණන්න හිතාගෙන ගන්නේව තියෙන්නේ, right? The stocks you purchase to sell, that is what you call as trade stocks. අම අද අරගෙන sell කරන්නේ. So that's basically a purchase. So when you purchase trade stock, ඔයාලට මොකද වෙන්නේ? Stocks increasing, right? The stocks increase. 20,000 stocks increase. Okay, stocks වැඩි වෙනවා 20,000. මොනවද දිනද ගත්තේ? How did you purchase trade stock? By paying money. සල්ලි දීලා stocks ගත්තේ. ඒක සල්ලි මොකද වෙන්න ඕන? අඩු වෙන්න ඕන. Your cash has to decrease because you paid money. You paid money, your cash has to decrease. So plus 20,000 minus 20,000 cash. No impact to the equity, no impact to the liability. Okay, there is no impact to the equity, no impact to the liability. Then the third one is received a bank loan of rupees 120,000. We are obtaining a bank loan. Mom bank අක්කගෙන් ගිහිල්ලා loan එකක් ඉල්ල ගන්නවා, right? I'm obtaining a bank loan. When I obtain bank loan, මට මොනවද හම්බෙන්නේ? What do I get? Money, right? When I obtain a bank loan, I get money. Money is asset. So my asset has to increase. My asset has to increase plus how much? 120. Another cash. But is this my money? Is this my money? No, this is bank's money. When it is bank's money, when it is someone else's money, it is a liability. So we have to increase liabilities by 120 as bank loan. Anna bank loan kila ekat වැඩි කරා. Okay. Anna bank loan will also increase. Then, okay, I guess this part is clear, right? Grade 11s are then make a clear when known. Now the grade 11 guys should not be like matter serious. What is this? Bank loan lu, asset lu, liability lu. Then him be grade 11 එක කට්ටියට මේවා නිකන් nothing. මේවා නිකන් සිප්පි කෑලි වගේ තියෙන්න ඕනේ. අර සිස්සත් පොඩි එක්කනා කියන්නේ. ඒ වගේ තියෙන්න ඕනේ. 10 එක එක්කනට නම් පොඩ්ඩක් කමක් නැහැ. right 10 එකේ පොඩි එක්කනට නම් කමක් නැහැ. අන්න okay, we are clear with grade 10. Okay, how the Menuka, bear with us, right? For a moment, bear with us because I have to start with the beginning. I'm not your class teacher. I'm not tutor for since the beginning. So mama danne wala mona mona level එකේ දින්නේ කියලා. Right? So what I am doing is I'm touching all the areas today so that I can give you a better idea. Right? So the next one is owner withdrew cash 5,000 for the personal use. Personal use වලට cash ගත්තම right business එකේ personal use වලට cash ගත්තම මොකද වෙන්නේ? Business එකේ cash අඩු වෙනවා, right? The money will decrease, right? The cash will decrease by 5,000 cash. This is for personal use. If it is for personal use, your equity will also decrease by 5,000 as drawings, right? By 5,000 drawings, you have to deduct it as well. And then there is right, and then there is paid salary, right? Paid salary. When you pay salary, 20,000 cash decreases, right? Your cash decreases. Along with that, salary is an expense. When an expense is there, your equity will also has to be decreased. On the equity ka tadu venala. 20,000 by due to salary. Anna eka adu kar. And then received rent income, right? Received rent income. Rent income is an income to you. Rent එකක් හම්බුනාම සල්ලි වැඩි වෙනවා, like cash increases plus 10 cash, and it's an income. Equity will increase due to income, so plus 10,000 rent income. So that is the end of this. Liability වලට ගන්න පුළුවන්. I think you can see here as well. 120, right? The liability is 120. If you calculate here 2020 Capenoa, right? And then you have 100, 100, 220, 220 valing minus 25 plus 25 is minus 6, sorry, plus minus 15, right? Minus 25 plus 10 is minus 15. So what we can take is here 220, then here minus 15, then you can take answer is 205. Then if you calculate here, again here 15, here it is 100. 100 minus 15 is 85,000. Okay. So this will be your accounting equation. This will be your accounting equation for the moment. Okay. So that is that. Okay. Okay. Now after this question, there's another one, Roman number B, right? There is Roman number B. Copy down karna kattiya, copy down karaganna, right? For the moment, I'll be discussing the next question as well because we have very limited time, 3 hours limited time. We have to keep continuing. Huh? What are the dual functions of a bank account? Can anyone give me the answer? Chaza, Minuka, Dovindo, someone can give me an answer? What are the... Which one is 105? Huh? No, it's 205. Asset is 205. I calculate Kalabaran. You didn't add 100. The asset has to be 205. Equity has to be 85. Liability has to be 120. When you add this one, 85 and 120, 85 plus 85,000 plus 120,000 add karanga, you get 205,000. This is equal to the total of assets. So that's the problem. You haven't add something. Card the 91,000 now. And then message that the 91,000 kilo coverage. Okay. Right. It's not 91, nah? It's 205, 85, and 120. Right. And then I'm moving on to the next question, right? I'm moving on to the next question, that is the dual impact of, the dual functions of a bank account. Now, when comes to a bank account, when comes to a petty cash book, when comes to a cash book, all these three have two main functions. What are the two main functions that they have? The two main functions are acting as a ledger account and acting as a prime entry book. Liya right? I'm not putting in the board. Board ke danna eka. Liya when comes to cash book, bank account, and prime petty cash book. For all these three, there are two main functions, that is acting as a prime entry book, acting as a ledger account, right? They act as a prime entry book and they act as a ledger account, right? That is the main function of those, right? Those are the main functions, acting as a prime entry book and acting as a ledger. Right. Then there's another sum, right? Then there's another small, not a sum, right? A small accounting part. Write the double entries for the following transaction of Nadula's business. Can you text me, right? Can you text me and tell me what is going to be debited, what is going to be credited? Okay, अब text करेगा, okay? First one, received a bank loan of rupees 100,000. What is going to be debited? When you receive a bank loan, what is going to be debited? One of the debited. Which account is going to be debit? Your cash account, right? Your cash account is going to be debited. Your bank loan account is going to be credited. Very good, right? You are doing something. Cash account is debited 100,000. Bank loan is credited 100,000. In order for you to remember, in order for you to get familiar with the accounting equation or double entries, the best thing that you can do is you have to study that table. There are elements in accounting: assets, liabilities, equity, income, expense. Accounting elements, like we have the accounting elements. Meva increase unama, decrease unama, mukadda. What happens when it increases and decreases? Table study right? If you don't know, right, for the moment, if you don't know what debit, what credits, then we have to definitely study this table. When asset increases, when asset decreases, what happens? When asset increases, it is debited. When asset decreases, it is credited. When liability increases, it is credited. When liabilities decreases, it is debited. Make a matter. This table is something very important. May table එක වැරදුනොත් මේ table එක මතක නැත්තම් ඔයාලට ඉස්සරහට තියෙන accounting sums grade 10 එකේ වුණත් 11 එකේ වුණත් තියෙන accounting sums කරගන්න අමාරු වෙනවා. So for the God's sake, try to remember this table. මෙන්න මේ table එක මතක තියාගන්න බලන්න. Okay, මේ table එක මතක තියාගත්තා නම් ඔයාලට accounting පුළුවන්. මේ table එක ඔයාලට මතකයි නම් ඔයාලට accounting පුළුවන්. Okay. When equity increases, it is credit. When equity decreases, it is debit. When income increases, it is credit. When income decreases, it is debit. When expenses increase, it is debit. When expenses decrease, it is credit. This basic, right? This basic thing has to be in your mind. Right? This is like the ABCD. Accounting or ABCD. Without this ABCD, you can't do accounting. So try to remember this. Then all you will be able to do the other sums, right? Other sums, other equations, right? Because accounting is what? Accounting is a language. Accounting is the language of businesses. What a business profitable the net the business develop the net the business grow the net the to find that, you need to speak the language of business. You need to speak with that business. business එක අපි කතා කරන්න ඕන. මට business එකක් තේරුම් ගන්න නම් මට accounting පුළුවන් වෙන්න. Just because a business has a tall building doesn't mean that's a good business. Just because a business has 5 vehicles doesn't mean that's a good business. ඒ business එක හොඳ profit කරනවා කියලා හිතන්න බෑ අපිට. business එකට තියෙන තට්ටු පහක building එකක්. We will be like අම්මා super business එකක් නේ. No. We don't know if that business is going on loss or not. ඒ business එක loss කරනවා වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. building එක තියෙන තට්ටු පහක building එකක්. But business එක loss. How to identify? By reading their financial statements. To read financial statements, you and I, we need to know accounting. Asset කියන්නේ මොනවාද, liability කියන්නේ මොනවාද, income මොනවාද, expense මොනවාද දැනගන්න ඕන. This subject is very interesting. ඔයාලා ඔළුව කොලොප්පම් කරගන්න එපා. right? නිකන් පටල ගන්න එපා මේක. පට්ට ආතල් lesson එකක් මේක. right? අපි ආතල් එකක් ගමු මේකේ. Okay. Now, going back to the question. Number 2, purchase trade stock for resale, right? Purchasing trade stock for resale, rupees 40,000 on credit. Trade stock ganna. When you buy trade stock, what is the double entry? Trade stock on credit, what is the double entry? Can I get answers from Bhuvindu, right? Bhuvindu or else, yeah, Shaza is giving me answers, right? Good. Purchase account is debited. Yes. But purchase account is what type of account? Purchase account kya na type pe account ekakda? Is it asset? Is purchase account an asset account? Or is it a liability account? Purchase kya na mona type pe account ekakda? What is the type? Purchase is a expense account. Purchase is an expense. So when expenses increase, when purchase increase, it is debited. You have to always go for the logic. Ara katapaadamin kiyanna bෑ. Katapaadamin purchase increase නම් debit. Purchase decrease නම් credit. කටපාඩමින් යන්න එපා. Always go with the logic. Purchase කියන්නේ expense එකක්. Expense එකක් වැඩි වුණාම debit. What did you buy? Sorry, you bought on credit, right? You bought on credit. You bought on credit means it's a liability. Then the liability will also increase. When liability increases, it has to be credited. Purchase account debit, creditors account credit. Done. Then sales on cash 30,000. Sales on cash. අපි සල්ලි වලට විකුණනවා. Right? අපි සල්ලි වලට විකුණනවා. We are selling on cash. When you sell on cash, what is it? What is the double entry? When you sell on cash, අපිට සල්ලි හම්බෙනවානේ. When you sell on cash, we receive cash. So cash increase, debit. Cash account debit. When you sell on cash, cash account increase, so cash debit. But on the other hand, අපේ මොනවද අඩු වෙන්නේ? Sorry, අපේ මොනවද තව එන්නේ අපිට? අපිට තව මොනවද හම්බෙන්නේ? Sale එකක් නේ. We do a sale. Sale is income. Income account credit. Cash account debit. Sale account credit. That's the double entry for this, right? That is the double entry for this question. Can I get the answer for fourth one from Minuka? Minuka. මට දෙන්නකෝ answer එක fourth one එකට. Paid employee salary 15,000. We have paid employee salary 15,000. Can you give me an answer from the fourth one? Paid salaries 15,000. When you pay salary 15,000, double entry will be කිව්වා. කොල්ලෝ. මේ බලන්න. ළමයි. When you pay salaries, what happened? All cash මොකද වෙන්නේ? When you pay salary, cash decrease. Cash decrease means credit. Cash decrease means credit. Cash credit වෙනවා. අපි මොනවද දුන්නේ? What did we pay? We paid salaries. Salary කියන්නේ මොකක්ද අපේ? Salary is a expense ළමයි. Salary is a expense. So expense account has to be, salary account has to be debited. Salary account debit, cash account credit. Salary account debit, cash account credit. තේරුණාද? Salary account debit, cash account credit. Always go with this logic. මෙන්න මේ logic එකට යන්න කටපාඩමින් යන්න එපා. කටපාඩමින් ගියොත් කෙලවෙනවා සත්තයි. Okay, always go with the logic. Invested additional capital 50,000. Additional capital කියන්නේ මොනවද? We are investing cash to the business. Then our assets increase. Cash account has to be debited. When you are investing assets, right? When you are investing cash, cash account has to be debited. The amount is 50,000. कौन invest करे? Owner invest करे, right? The owner is done investing. Where is the owner? Owner is here in the equity. Anything given by the owner is equity. So what a equity account or capital account? अभी तक हम capital किया. Capital account has to be now credited 50,000. Right? Equity මොකද වෙන්නේ? වැඩි වෙනවා. එතකොට creditor. Asset මොකද වෙන්නේ? වැඩි වෙනවා. එතකොට මොකද්ද? Debitor. That is the double entry, right? That is the double entry for this. Capital cash account debit, capital account credit. Cash account debit 50, capital account credit 50. On grade 10 වල ගොඩක් වෙලාවට as of now ඔය ටික තමයි කරලා තියෙන්නේ. Menuka, tell me whether did they do bank reconciliation at your school? Did they do bank reconciliation at your school? School bank rec කරාද? Grade 10 කට්ටියට? Not yet. If you don't mind, can you guys tell me your school names for a context purpose, right? School නම පොඩ්ඩක් මට කියනවාද? ඔයාලා කොයි ලෝකේ ඉඳන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවද කියලා I completely don't know, right? Well, I am from Nigambu, right? I am from Nigambu. So I don't know where are you guys from. All the local, sorry, international schools, the government schools. So I'm just asking what your school is. Okay. So you are from Matara. Okay. Andhra College, Matara. Okay. Another one is from Amina's Girls. Okay. From Matale. Matara. Right. Okay. Good. Thank you. So then, with that, we will move on to the next sum. Shaza, can you tell me in your school, right? Okay, there's someone from Kannangara as well. Okay. For grade 11s, right? මෙතන grade 11s කට්ටියට ඉස්කෝලේ මොන lesson එක වෙනකන්ද කරලා තියෙන්නේ? As of now, for the grade 11s, what is the lesson we are going right now? Have you done what you call this non-profit? Unit 5. Don't tell me the unit, tell me the unit name. I can't remember the unit names. Right? Unit 5 ga මට මතක් වෙන්නේ එකපාර. Since I'm teaching both A levels, O levels, දෙකම යද්දි පොඩ්ඩක් පැටලෙනවා. I don't have a textbook with me right now. Did they start non-profit? No, right? Non-profit වලට ගිහිල්ලා නැහැ තාම නේ. Okay. Right. So unit 5 means join financial statements, I guess. Financial statements වල ඉන්නේ. හරි. Okay. So here in my class we are completed. Right? Today we completed non-profit as well. Non-profit එක අද ඉවරයක් කරලා දැම්මා. ඒක ඉවර කරලා තමයි ඔයාලට අද session එක පටන් ගත්තේ. Okay. Then we'll quickly go for this, right? We'll quickly go for the question number. Now come first page, right? Now come back to the first page. First page එකට එන්න. First page එකේ ඉඳන් ආයන්. Okay. Here in this first page, the first question asks, what is equity? Equity කියන්නේ මොනවද? What is equity? Equity කියන්නේ මොනවද ළමයි? Equity means, right? Equity කියලා කියන්නේ all the assets which are belonging, right? All the assets which belong to the owner of the company, or all the assets which belong to the shareholders of the company is what we call as equity. All assets which belong to the shareholder or else owners, right? All the assets which belong to the shareholders or the owners of the business is what you call as equity. Rod ලියන්න පුළුවන් definition නම් මේ. All assets which belong to the owners are called as equity. Can you see here? Yes. All the assets which belong to the owners are called as equity. Now, if I am starting a business, මම business එකක් පටන් ගන්නවා නම් මම business එකට රුපියල් 10ක් invest කරත් මම business එකට furniture එකක් invest කරත් even if I invest a chair, even if I invest a table, even if I invest a computer, all those things are considered as equity of the business. If I generate a profit, that is also inside this equity. So that is also belong to me. So all the assets which belong to the owners are considered as equity. That's the definition. Okay. You can copy down this. There's a student here, Samsung කියලා නම තියෙන්නේ, right? Device එකේ name එක තියෙන්නේ. If you don't mind, can you tell me what is your grade, පුතා? Are you grade 10 or 11? Samsung A12 7F කියලා තියෙන්නේ. If you don't mind, please can you tell me what is your grade? Are you 10 or 11? Please drop a message in the chat box. Okay, grade 10. Fine. Then can I ask you a question next? Right? Since you are grade 10, I am asking you a question. Huh? The question is, number 2, write a transaction that increases assets, right? Write a transaction that increases assets and liabilities. Write a transaction which increases assets and liabilities by a same amount. Can you give me a transaction? Assets should be known, liabilities should be known. Assets should be known, liabilities should be known. Grade 10 students, can you give me? Yeah, Minuka, you are correct. Minuka, you are correct. Okay, good. Shazza is also good. Right. Assets should be known, liabilities should be known. Option when you obtain a bank loan, right? When you obtain bank loan rupees 50,000, right? When you obtain a bank loan 50,000, your asset, right? Your cash is also increasing. Your bank loan liability is also increasing. Why dekam daanno nya? Matagatu bewa question need value wahi bud daanno, right? Include a value as well. Obtain a bank loan 50,000 ke value wahi bud daan. Okay. So copy down this answer. Then we'll move on to the next one. If you miss something to copy down, don't worry. I'll share the recordings as well. I'm recording if you are unable to copy down something, don't worry. Then next one is write the related transactions for the following double entries. They have given some double entries. What you have to do? You have to tell what has happened. You have to tell what is the transaction that happened inside the business. मुकदमे वेला තියෙන්නේ කියලා කියන්න තියෙන්නේ. පුළුවන් ඔයාලට කියන්න මොකද්ද මේ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා. What has happened? What has happened? මොනවද මේ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? The first one is purchase account. Purchase account has been debited by 50,000, and then creditors account. Creditors account has been credited by rupees 50,000. Minuka me මොකද්ද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ කියන්න? What has happened here? Purchase account එක debit වෙලා, creditor account එක credit වෙලා. What has happened here? What is the transaction? What kind of a transaction is this? It's basically what? Here we have done a credit purchase for rupees 50,000. We have done a credit purchase for rupees 50,000. The exam में क्या हुआ मैं, right? Exam में क्या हुआ मैं? Tanggal lianno. Purchase a stock worth from credit. Okay, good. A credit purchase for 50,000 or purchase of trade stock for rupees 50,000 is fine. Okay. Naita baduarandi. Good, good, good. The next one, the next transaction. Bank loan account debit. Bank loan account debit 25. Cash account credit 25. Shaza, what has happened here? Our bank loan has been debited. Our cash account has been credited. What has happened now? Bank loan debit tela, cash account credit tela. Yes. Settle the bank loan, right? We can write settled bank loan for rupees 25,000. Settled a bank loan rupees 25,000. अब बैंक लोन ने हमको तो कर ला दी बैंक लोन ने सेटल कर ला नहीं yes pay a bank loan of rupees 20,000 ekathari menuka ekathari what we have done is we have paid the bank loan. Good. Then there is once again another accounting equation. Make අපිට හොයන්න තියෙනවා assets, right? Current assets, non-current assets, equity, liabilities. ඒ වගේ දේවල් ටිකක් හොයන්න තියෙනවා. අයි සටපටගාලයන් අපි එකට සටපටගාලේ ගිහිල්ලා අපි ගාන හදමු. Quickly, if you have printed unknown, you have this space itself. If you have not printed the question, format එක ගහගන්න, format එක බලාගෙන ගහන්න, පොතක ගහගන්න. What is this? අපිට තියෙනවා තුනක් තියෙනවානේ. 1 2 3. Assets, liability. Equipment, stock, cash. පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න ළමයි කෝල් එකක් එනවා. Right. Right. So we'll quickly do this equity and then there is creditors. Okay. So they have already given the first one is where your cash has increased by 500,000. Equity is also increased by 500,000. Already velati in the maker. They have already given this. Now, when you have purchased trade stock, right? When you have purchased trade stock 75,000 on credit, when you have purchased trade stock 75,000 on credit, what happens is your trade stock increases by 75,000. But you are purchasing this on credit. Then your liabilities has to increase by 75,000 as well. You are purchasing trade stock on credit, so your stock increases, but you are buying on credit, so your creditors will also increase. Then Third one, sold stock which cost 40,000 at 45,000 on cash. Sold stock which cost 40,000. When you sell stock, your stocks has to be decreased by 40,000. Wala stocks sell karama. Wala stocks sell karama. Stocks adu ennu. Your stocks has to decrease. Okay. But now you are selling stocks at how much? You are selling stocks at 45,000. You are selling stocks at 45,000. You are getting cash. So your cash has to increase 45,000. Difference Minuka, what is this difference? Minuka, what is this difference? Yes, Kaza, you're good. The difference is plus 5,000 profit. This difference is 5,000 rupees profit. Good. Take a profit. The profit has to go to the equity column. The profit has to go to the equity column. And then we have paid electricity bill. We have paid electricity. Electricity bill right? When you pay electricity, minus 5,000, 5,000, minus 3,000, minus 3,000 cash. Electricity is what? It is a expense. Electricity is a expense. Electricity expense equity ka known, right? Equity has to also decrease due to what? Electricity, right? Due to electricity expenses, the equity also has to decrease. Then the last one, purchased equipment. We have purchased equipments. Equipment increased by 30,000. When you purchase, your money is spent. So suddenly you are doing 30,000. That's it. What make it addition, subtractions, values. Give me the values. How much is equipment? Among equipment 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 is 30,000. Sorry, 30,000. Lazy go again. Lazy go again. Creditors tamari. Mang creditors se kat karanna. Lazy go again mata. How much is stocks? How much is cash? How much is equity? Yes. Shaza is telling me that stock is 35,000. How much is cash then? $542. Check again, check again. 542 the Bovindu. Sadek nene putawage. Uttarad dennago. Okay, 572. Sure? Is it? Are you sure it's 572? Minuka, මේ කෑෂ් කීයද? අන්න ගෝවින්ද කියනවා 512යි. Very good. The amount is 512. Shaza, I think something wrong with your calculator. Calculator එකේ මොකක් හරි අවුලක් තියෙනවා. Okay. So what happens here? 45 minus 33 minus 30 minus 3 minus 33 45 වලින් minus 33 ගියාම there is 12. 500 plus 12 is 512. Something wrong with Shaza's calculator. Okay. Right. Here how much? 500 plus 5000. The difference is 2. 502. This is the answer. This is the answer. Copy down this. Copy down this. Once you have not done, once you understood right now, copy down this and give me a thumbs up. Right? One copying down. Give me a thumbs up. Satapata gala ikmanta karan. Wedi wage tiyenonna weda. Boindu is done. Excellent. While you're copying down, I'll ask you some questions as well. Now, what is the value of current assets? What is the value of current assets now? Current assets කොච්චරක් තියෙනවද? ආලමයි. මේ ටිකෙන් දැන් මේ මොනවාද මේ current assets ද? Is equipment current asset? Stocks current asset. Cash current asset. Which one falls under current assets? Current assets මොනවාද? Current assets what are they? Equipment current assets ද ළමයි? Yes or no? Equipment current assets ද? No. Equipments are not current assets. Equipment are non-current. මල්ල කෙලියයි ජෝලි 7යි. Equipments are not current. Equipment are non-current. Equipment is non-current. හරිද? ඇයි අපි මේ current non-current කියන්නේ? What is the difference between current and non-current? Tell me that. We'll clear that doubt as well. Current non-current එකේ difference එක මොකක්ද? Over 1 year. ළමයි බලන්නකෝ. Stocks and cash will be used within a 1 year, right? අපේ stocks cash අවුරුද්දකට කලින් use කරලා ඉවර කරනවා, right? We try to use the stocks and cash within 1 year, within 1 day, within 1 hour. We'll use it. Current. But equipment, we are using over a long period of time. 4, 5, 10, 15 years කියලා long period එකක් use කරනවා. ගොඩාක් කාලයක් use කරනවා නම් that is non-current, right? If it is over 1 year, it's non-current. If less than 1 year, it's current. So at the moment you can take this two. Okay. So 512 plus 35, 512,000 plus 35,000 is equal to 547,000. 547,000 is your current assets. And then it was non-current assets. Non-current assets තියෙනවා 30,000 equipment. Non-current asset is non-current assets තියෙනවා මොනවාද? Equipment. And then How much is your equity? Equity is 502,000 equity, and the current liability is 75,000. Current liability is 75,000. Current liabilities, equity, non-current assets, current assets. අමාරුද මේවා කරන්න, right? Is it difficult to do? මේවට ලකුණු ගන්න බැයිද exam එකේ? පුළුවන්. මේවත් ගණන්ද නේ? අපි කරලා තියෙන ගණන් වල හැටියට මේවත් ගණන්ද සර්? එහෙම දහන්නේ මගේ. right. එහෙනම් දැන් කරමුකෝ බලන්න ඊළඟ question එක. What is the next question? The next question is, you have to prepare the purchase journal. You have to prepare a purchase journal and the relevant ledger accounts. You have to prepare the purchase journal and the relevant ledger accounts. Shazad, your calculations are getting wrong because you are, what do you call? You have kind of a tension, right? You are trying to finish everything quick. Don't be like that. Be calm, right? Be calm. Right? You are trying to rush everything. When you try to rush, right? When you are rushing, it kind of your calculations will go wrong. Okay, that's the reason. You try to go in a slower phase. Go at a slower phase. When you rush it, your sums get messed up. Right. Then with that, we'll move on to the next question. Purchase journal. Following transaction occurred in Sumudu's business for the month of January 2025. Prepare the purchase journal for the month of January and post them to the ledger accounts. You have to prepare the purchase journal and then you have to post them to the relevant ledger account. The purchase journal, ne? Do we have any invoice number thing? Okay. Then apart from that, we have to prepare the ledger accounts as well. Right? We have to prepare the ledger accounts as well. For the moment, I'll be using T accounts. I'll be using T accounts for the moment. And then it takes time. So I'll be using the T accounts at the moment. Purchase account. Okay. Now, the first transaction. What does it say? What does it say? Purchase 20 exercise books at 250 each from Ruan on credit. Deduct a trade discount of 5%. They have purchased 20 exercise books from Ruan on credit. Ruan is your creditor. Ruan is your creditor. They have purchased from Ruan. How much is the value? Someone tell me the value of this Ruan. What is the value of the goods that we have purchased now? We have purchased 20 exercise books, each at 250. 20 exercise books, each at 250. What is the value? Chaza, how much is this? We have Ashraf. Ashraf, can you give me an answer for this? Ashraf, can you give me an answer for this? What is the value of 20 into 250? 5,000. Elakiri. Now, are we going to record this 5,000 as our credit value? Are we going to record 5,000 or are we going to give a discount? We should give a discount. The discount is 5%. The discount is 5%. When you get discounts, don't do this. When you get discounts, $100, 10, 10, 10, 10. Right? You have to be smart. You have to be smart. You should be able to do math from your head. How to do this? How to do this? Very simple. 5,000 5,000 5%. You have to give discounts of 5%. 10% means 500. 10% means 500. 10% again bhagyak ne the 5% kiyanne. 10% again bhagyak ne the 5% kiyanne. 10% again bhagyak kiyada 500 again bhagyak kiyada 250. එකපාර ගන්න. Don't do this. බින්දුවට බින්දුව කැපුවා. අර බින්දුවට අර බින්දුව කැපුවා. පිස්සු නටන්න එපා. දෙකේ පන්තියද වාලා? දෙකේ පන්තියද? නෑනේ. So be smart. 10% means 500. 500 again භාගයක් කියන්නේ 5%. That means 500 again භාගයක් කියන්නේ 250. 250 is your discount. Question. Are we recording trade discounts? Tell me. Are we recording trade discounts? Are we recording trade discounts? Discounts of two types, right? Discounts are of two types. One is cash discount. The other one is trade discount. We have cash discounts and trade discounts. Now in this sum, we have a trade discount. Tell me, Hamam again, are we recording trade discounts? Are we recording trade discounts? Trade discounts api books al record karnawada? Yes or no? Nope. We are not recording trade discount in our books of accounts. Trade discounts kohevat record karanne nahi. We only record the cash discounts. So Ruan, we have purchased goods from Ruan for 4,750. Right? We have purchased goods from Ruan 4,750. Then, talk about it. Ilangana balan. Purchased biscuit packets at 80 from Nalaka on credit. Purchased biscuit packets from Nalaka. The next one is Nalaka. What did we buy? We bought biscuits. 50 biscuits each at 80. 50 biscuits each at 80. What is the value? 50 into 80 is how much? 50 into 80 is how much? $4,000, eh? It's 4,000, right? 50 into 40. What is it? Okay. Do we have any discounts there? Do we have any discounts? No. Matagatu invoice numbers done. 12. The other one is 870. Okay, discounts made. Invoice numbers done. Dates done. First of first of 15. Okay. First of January 15, January 15. Okay. Third one. Purchase 2 computers, rupees 80,000 from single company on credit for the use of the business. Where do we record this? Abhi make kohe record karanni. Are we going to record this as here? Single kilo dana mitante. Purchase journal ke single kilo dana. Are we going to record this as single in our purchase journal? We have purchased on credit. We have purchased 2 computers on credit. Are we going to record this in this one? Minuka, आप record करना है purchase account के purchase journal के record करना है. Shaza, are we going to record this in our purchase account? Govindu, why not? Why don't we record it? Why don't we record purchase of computers in our books? Purchase journal ke idan natte api. Why are we not going to record it? What is the reason? Yeah, it's credit tama. Me purchase journal ke okkum credit tama diyenne. What is the reason? Why don't we record computers there? We buy to use them. Purchase of non-current assets are not recorded. If you are purchasing non-current assets on credit, they are not recorded in the purchase journal. Non-current assets purchase karne eva menna meke danni ne. Minuka, can you tell me where do we record them? Minuka ne uttare dunne. Minuka mata kiyanne. Where do we record the purchase of non-current assets? Credit purchase of non-current assets, where do we record them? In which purchase of non-current assets? Credit purchase of non-current assets. Where we do? No, we record them in our general journal. Credit purchase of non-current assets. Right? Copy down this. Credit purchase of non-current assets are recorded in the general journal. We are recording in the general journal. ඔන්න ඔය copy down කරගන්න. general එකේ දාන්නේ. මෙන්න මේ purchase general එකේ දාන්නේ නැහැ. Then we are done with this. We are done with this. 8,750 is the total. Now we write something here. What do we write here? What do we write there? මොනවාද අපි ලියන්නේ උතන්ට? We have to write something there. What do we? අපි උතන්ට මොනවාද ලියන්නේ? What do you write here? We මෙතනට අපි statement එකක් දානවා. We write a statement here. We write a small statement to this value. Can anyone remember? We have to write debited to purchase account. This 8,750 is now debited to purchase account. You have to go to the purchase account and you have to write how much? 8,750. 8,750 as what? Creditors. As creditors, you have to mention 8,750. Okay. Then Nalagi values, right? The relevant values has to be recorded in these books. Ruan is our creditor. Nalaka is there. Ruan has to be purchase 4,750. Ruan account ticket up purchase 4,750 down. And then for Nalaka's account, you have to credit it as purchase 4,000. Is it clear? Is it clear? That's how you do purchase journal, right? That's how you do purchase journal. Can you please copy down this sum? Can you please copy down this sum very quickly? Once you're done, give me a thumbs up. Once you're done, give me a thumbs up. Okay, Menuka is done. Good. Shaza is also done. Okay. Right. By the way, Ashraf, what's your school? Can I know? Which school are you from? I'm erasing this. Right. Okay. All right. Then with that, we'll move on to the next question, right? We'll move on to the next question. That is, there's a question. What is trial balance? Right? We have to write a definition there. What is a trial balance? trial balance එකක් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? What is a trial balance? Trial balance is basically it's a collection, right? It's a collection of debit and credit balances of ledger accounts. Trial balance is a collection of debit and credit balances of ledger accounts, right? Trial balance is a collection of debit and credit balances of ledger accounts. එහෙම නෙමෙයිද? I just ask you a question. මට කියන්න trial balance එකේ in the trial balance you have the debit side, you have the credit side. ළමයි, in the debit side what are you going to record? In the credit side what are you going to record? මට ඉක්මනට කියන්න. debit side එක මොනවද record කරන්නේ? Credit side එකේ මොනවද record කරන්නේ? What do you record in the debit side? What do you record in the credit side? In the debit side of the trial balance, we are recording 2 items. In the credit side of the trial balance, we are recording 3 items. මොනවද record කරන්නේ ළමයි? Yes, excellent. We are recording assets and expenses in the debit side, and in the credit side we are going to record equity, income and liabilities. That's what we record in our credit side. Debit side dekhe assets and expenses, credit side dekhe equity, income and liabilities record karna. That's what we record in those particular accounts. Okay, right. So if you want to take down a definition for what balance is, a collection of debit and credit balances of ledger accounts. It's a collection of, or it's a list of debit and credit balances of ledger accounts. That is how you define a trial balance. That's how you define a trial balance. Right. After that, there's another question which asks us, the questioner is asking, what are the 2 errors that might affect the agreement of the trial balance? What are the any two, right? Any two instances, right? Any 2 instances where the agreement of the trial balance is impacted, where it creates an imbalance between the agreement. කොහෙද? මොන වගේ ඒවත් තියෙන්නේ? What are the instances it create an imbalance in the trial balance? Can I have an answer from you? මෙච්චර ළඟ උත්තර කිව්වනේ. Can take Ashraf, do you know the answer? What are the instances where the trial balance, okay, changing the amount. So I have received one answer. එකක් තමා one instance where your trial balance is imbalanced is not recording, right? Not recording the balance in the trial balance, right? When you have not recorded the balance in the trial balance, then it is an instance where your trial balance will not get equal, right? When the ledger account balance is not recorded in the trial balance, it is an error which impact the trial balance. When the ledger account balance is not recorded in the trial balance, it creates an imbalance. Okay, it's an imbalance. Or else recording an incorrect value in the trial balance, right? You are recording an incorrect value in the trial balance. Then also, what? It will get impacted, right? Then also it will get impacted. One of the reasons, not recording the value in the trial balance, anithaka recording an incorrect figure in the trial balance. Those are two instances where, right? Those are two instances where your trial balance figures will get misplaced, right? Or imbalance එකක් එන්නේ on ඔය reason එක නිසා. Now due to that, you might have to go for a suspense account. Right? You might have to go for a suspense account due to this, right? Due to this imbalance, you have to now go for a suspense account. Okay. Right. අන්න මේකෙන් පස්සේ ගානක් තියෙනවා. petty cash. ලේසි නේ petty cash. Petty cash කියන එක පට්ට ලේසි. To do petty cash well, right? To do petty cash well, what you have to know, you need to know what is petty cash interest, what is petty cash reimbursement, and then that's it. Petty cash interest කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? Petty cash reimbursement කියන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා ඔළුවේ තියෙනවා නම් you can do petty cash sums very easily. පට්ට ආතල් ගානක්, right? Petty cash කියන්නේ පට්ට ආතල් ගානක්, හැබැයි ලකුණු චුට්ටයි හම්බෙන්නේ, right? But it's very easy to do. We'll see. මේක කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා බලමු. I'm erasing. By the way, do you have any doubts to get cleared? ඔයාලට doubts මොන හරි තියෙනවා නම් clear කරගන්න මේ වෙලාවෙම අහන්න. You can interrupt me at any time, right? You can interrupt me at any time. Sir, මට තේරුන්නේ නැහැ ආයෙ කියලා දෙන්න. No issue, right? You can ask me, even though like you are seeing me for the first time today. දන්නෙත් නෑ මේ මිනිස්සයා ප්‍රශ්න අහද්දි වණිත් දන්නේ නෑ. එහෙම එකක් නෑ. ඕන එකක් අහන්නලා, right? Ask me questions at any time. Maybe like after the seminar කවදා හරි දවසක accounting ප්‍රශ්නයක් තිබ්බත් ඒත් අහන්න. Business studies lesson එකේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් තිබ්බත් ඒත් අහන්න. Okay? No worries. I'll reply you at any time. You have my number in the group නේ. ඕන්ලාගේ save කරලා තියාගන්න, right? ප්‍රශ්නයක් වුණොත් කියන්න accounting වල කියලා දෙන්න. හරි. Now we'll move on to the next one. Balance of the petty cash book of a certain business as at 31st May was 1,500. May the balance is 1,005. The total of the analysis column is given. Refreshment expenses 1,008. Stationery is 2,700. Traveling 2,400, sundry 1,600, What is the amount of petty cash expenses for the month of May? Easy. Petty cash expenses, the total petty cash expense, it is what? Refreshment 1800 plus stationery 2700 plus traveling 2400 plus sundry 1600. Tell me, Laman, what is the total? What is the total expense? Total petty cash expense here again, Mata. What is the total petty cash expense here? Very simple, huh? 2400 plus 600 is 3000. 3000 plus 1000, 4000. 4000, 5000, 6000, 7000. 7000, 7700 plus 800 here. 7700 plus 800 now. Binduai here make it. Wahala ekaya 8500. 8500 is your, right? 8500 is your petty cash expense, right? The total petty cash expense is 8500. After spending 8500, you have a balance of 1500. What is the interest? What is the interest? Interest. How to find interest? How to find the interest? Interest is equal to total expenditure plus cash balance. The total expense plus cash balance is your interest. What is the total expense? 8500. Cash balance is 1500. Therefore, your interest is equal to 10,000. The interest is 10,000. Haridha, Terunada, petty cash interest is now 10,000. What you have to do? Total expenses plus cash balance. I thought I know interest ke gaan. What if the petty cash interest is decided to increase by 5,000? What if we decide to increase the petty cash interest by 5,000? 10,000 what are we going to do this 10,000? We are going to increase the interest up to 15,000. We are going to increase the interest up to 15,000. If we want to increase it up to 15,000, how much should the owner give to the petty cashier? The balance is 1005. Ate ekdas 500ක් තියෙනවා. තව කීයක් දුන්නොත්ද 15,000 එන්නේ? ඔන්න ඕක අහන්න. The petty cash interest is decided to be increased by 5,000. That means the final interest is going to become 15,000. Ate තියෙනවා 1500. Right now you have 1,500 in your hand. How much should we increase to make it 15,000? Ashraf, can you give me an answer? Ashraf, Minuka, Can you give Govindu? How much should you add? How much should be the reimbursement now? How much should be reimbursed? What should be the reimbursement value? Excellent. We should reimburse 13,500. If we reimburse 13,500, then we can increase the interest up to 15,000. Okay, clear? Another yoga. Okay, Hana Muli Manada. What is the total expense? 8,500. And then how much is the reimbursement? 13,500. Easy. Mewat Ganand. Mewat Gananda Huta. Mevane? Okay. With that, the next one is bank reconciliation. With that, the next one is bank reconciliation. Bank reconciliation is difficult for me. Anyone? Bank reconciliation is difficult for me. I don't know how to do bank reconciliation. Anyone? Give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs up. Bank reconciliation mata amar. I find it difficult to do bank reconciliation. Unbelievable. Shaza says she is having difficulties in doing bank rec. Ashraf is there. Okay. Ramai, you know, my favorite is to do bank rec. My favorite sum is to do bank rec. Because the bank rec patta lazy. Bank rec is patta lazy. Okay. Shall we try? Api karla bangu. Then mang ada bank rec ka kila dena, right? I am now teaching you the bank rec. And normally then today what we are doing is a seminar where we cover all the things, like we kind of touch all the accounting areas today. But normally when it comes to me, then me mama on the upcoming weeks onward, I'm starting the revision class, right? Revision class or the paper class for grade 11s. Normally what I do is in that particular class, I'll be taking all the bank reconciliation sums from 2001 itself, right? 2001 itself, 2001, 2015, right? Ada venaka ngaapu okkoma bank ganan tika aragana ekka dawase wede karana, right? We do it in one day. Then what happens? You get practiced. One vidiyada bank ganak out karanna dan. And on the other day, you will be doing financial statements. Okkoma ganan tika karana. Then one of the financial statements out, you will build confidence. But for the moment, today, at the moment, we will do what? We will do one bank rec sum and we will understand how to do this. Right? They are asking to prepare the adjusted bank account and the bank reconciliation statement. Adjusted bank account. Adjusted bank account. Date description amount, right, on the Amma, and then we prepare the bank reconciliation statement. Satapatagala statements dega, Satapatagala format dega, prepare the format. I'll give you 1 minute. I'll give you 1 minute to prepare the statement. Huh? Okay. Right. Okay, we'll do. What does it say? The balance of the bank account of Samanti's business was 24,000 as at 31st May. On that day, balance of the bank statement was not tallied. The following reasons are identified for the difference. Bank reconciliation එන්න පුළුවන් ලේසිම විදිහක් තමයි මේ දීලා තියෙන්නේ. මේට වඩා අමාරු ඒවා තියෙනවා. Like there are difficult ones than this. For the moment, I have given you is one of a basic accounting equation sum. We'll understand how to do this. Now, they have given you a balance, right? They have given you a balance of rupees 24,000. Take the balance here. 24,500 is your balance. 24,500 is your balance. Right? And negative. Then kiyanna debtors remittance. Now understand the logic here. I'll explain the logic. I'll explain the logic. Understand this very carefully. There is the business. Business prepares a bank account. There is the HNB bank. There is HNB. They prepare the bank statement. Okay. හොඳට අහගන්න. මම මේක සිංහලෙන් කියලා දෙන්න. Right? I'll explain a little bit in Sinhala. So you will understand it very well. Okay? English වලින් කියනවට වඩා සිංහලෙන් කිව්වොත් චුට්ටක් මේක තේරෙනවා. මම business එකක් කරනවා. මගේ business එකේ මගේ accounting වල like in my accounts book I have a bank account. මගේ business එකේ bank account එක නේ. In my books. That is my bank HNB. මගේ HNB bank එක තියෙනවා. The HNB bank is preparing a bank statement. Okay. බලන්න මට ඩෙබිට් වෙන හැම එකක්ම බැංකුවේ අක්කට ක්‍රෙඩිට් වෙනවා. බැංකුවේ අක්ක කෙනෙක් ඉන්නේ කියලා හිතා ගන්න. මට ඩෙබිට් වෙද්දි අක්කට ක්‍රෙඩිට් වෙනවා. Okay. මට ක්‍රෙඩිට් වෙද්දි අක්කට ඩෙබිට් වෙනවා. That's the logic. Whatever debits in my bank account will be credited to my bank statement. Whatever gets credited in my bank account will be debited in my bank statement. Why? What is the logic behind this? The logic is, for me, my bank account is an asset. For me, my bank account is an asset. My bank balance is an asset for me. My bank balance is an asset for me. So when my asset increases, it gets debited. When my asset decreases, it gets credited. මගේ asset වැඩි වෙද්දි debit වෙනවා. මගේ asset අඩු වෙද්දි credit වෙනවා. තේරුණාද? හැබැයි to the bank, right? For the bank, this is a liability. For the bank, this is a liability. Bank එකට liability එකක්. ඒ මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? When the liability increases, it's credited. නේ? මට debit වෙනකොට bank එකට credit වෙනවා. Why the liability increase? මට credit වෙනකොට bank එකට debit වෙනවා. When the liability decreases, it gets debited. When the liability increases, it gets credited. That is the logic behind this. Okay, that is the logic behind this. මොකක්ද කියන්න ඕනේ? මට debit වෙනකොට බැංකුවේ අක්කට credit වෙනවා. මට credit වෙනකොට බැංකුවේ අක්කට debit වෙනවා. Very simple as that. Like, can keep in your mind as simple as that. Okay. Now here the question. The question says, debtors remittance of rupees 8,000. Debtors remittance of 8,000 means, now for example, let's say Buvindu. Buvindu is my debtor. Buvindu කියන්නේ මගේ debtor කෙනෙක්. Buvindu මගෙන් Buvindu මට 8,000ක් නැහැ. Buvindu මට 8,000ක් දෙන්න තියෙනවා. Buvindu ඒක මට දෙන්න නැතුව, Buvindu මගේ අතට දෙන්න නැතුව, without giving it to me, Buvindu deposits money in my bank account. Buvindu deposits money in my bank account. මගේ bank account එකට සල්ලි දැම්මම bank account එකේ මොකද වෙන්නේ? Bank account එක වැඩි වෙනවා. Right? I guess you can see here, right? When Buvindu puts money, when Buvindu deposits money in my bank account, my bank accounts get debited. Sorry, credited. Right? My bank state, right? My HNB account will get credited. right? බැංකුවේ අක්ක ලියා ගන්නවා. right? බැංකුවේ අක්ක පොතේ ලියා ගන්නවා ක්‍රෙඩිට් කියලා. මම ඩෙබිට් කියලා ලියාගෙන තියෙන්නේ නැහැ. මම ඩෙබිට් කියලා ලියාගෙන තියෙන්නේ නැහැ. Because why? I don't know. I don't know that Govindu has deposited money in my account. I don't know Govindu has deposited money in my account. Now, when I get the bank statement, I get to know Govindu has deposited money. I get to know Govindu has deposited money. So what should I do? I should debit it. I should debit it. Now I am going to debit. Debtors remittance 8,000 ki na debit karega, right? I have to debit it in my bank adjusted bank account as debtors remittance 8,000. Is this clear? Chaza, is it clear? Arshad, Ashraf, sorry. What I did, was it okay? Since you said it's difficult for you, I'm just going slow. Okay. Since the debtors remittance is not in my bank account, I am now debiting it into my bank account. That's the basic logic behind this. We are done with that. Number 2, bank charges. What are the bank charges? For the debit card, they charge 500 rupees every year. Bank yakka salli kapagana, right? Bank yakka kenek inno aya salli kapagana mage account එක. Mata kiyanne, I don't know. I didn't see the message. Do I know that my bank account is missing 500? I don't know. Mage account එකෙන් 500ක් කැපුවා කියලා මම දන්නවද? නෑ. ඇයි? බැංකුවේ අක්ක මට කියන්න නැතුව කපාගන්න. සල්ලි කපාගන්න. My bank account has been debited. My bank statement has been what? Debited. But in my account it is not recorded. Mage account එකේ මම record කරගෙන නැහැ. So now what I'm going to do? I'm recording bank charge. Bank charge, it is 1,750. 1,750. Unnatural. That's all. Now we'll take the balance. $32,500, 32,500. When you take the difference, it becomes 30,750. $30,750 ne? 30,000, 31,000. Huh? $30,750. Correct. This is your balance carried down. Now what happens? Bring this balance here. Bring this balance here. 30,750. This is your adjusted bank account. This is your adjusted bank balance. This is your adjusted bank balance. So this adjusted bank balance, what you have to do? Always add unpresented checks minus unrealized checks. Add unpresented checks minus unrealized. Unpresented देवा add करना, unrealized देवा अड्डू करना. First one, it says deposited but unrealized 3,000. Deposit करला थी but realized नहीं. I have deposited the money in my. I have deposited the check in my bank account. But තාම account එක සල්ලි ඇවිල්ලා නැහැ. තේරුණාද? මම බොවිතර check එකක් දුන්නා. බුවිඳු ගිල්ල ඒක බැංක් එකේ ඩිපොසිට් කරා. but තාම ඒ චෙක් එකට සල්ලි වැටිලා නැහැ. that is unrealized check. So add unrealized check. Sorry, minus unrealized checks. Minus 3,000. Minus unrealized checks. You have to add what? You have to add unpresented checks. 9,000. Rupees 9,000 unpresented. මම කාටද බුවිඳුට චෙක් එකක් දුන්නා. මම බුවිඳුට චෙක් එකක් දුන්නා. බුවිඳු ගිහිල්ලා තාම චෙක් එකට සල්ලි අරන් නැහැ. බුවිඳු ගිහිල්ලා account එකට සල්ලි අරන් නැහැ තාම. Unpresented checks. The difference is 9 minus 3 is 6,000. You add this, right? You add this 36,750. On ඕකට දිනනවා. I guess you can't see there. පොඩ්ඩක් පේන්නේ නැහැ එතන. Right? I can't erase also. The balance as the bank statement. Right? At the end, you are right. Balance as per bank statement 6,750. ඔච්චරයි කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. ළමයි බලාගන්න. always adjusted bank account එකේ මේ පැත්තට එන්නේ debtors remittances, මේ පැත්තට එනවා bank charges, standing orders, ඒ වගේ දේවල් තමයි මේ පැත්තට එන්නේ. Okay. Always here in the adjusted bank, in the bank reconciliation statement, you are adding unpresented checks, you are deducting unrealized checks. Always this is the case. Always. එහෙම exceptions තියෙනවා. එහෙම exceptions තියෙන ගණන් නම් තාම ඇවිල්ලා නැහැ මම මතක හැටියට. This is the thing. This is the thing that you have to do. Is it clear? Did you understand this part? Ashraf, Movindu, Chaza, and other student, Samsung. I don't know your name. Sorry if I call by calling you Samsung. Right? I am not going to discriminate or anything. I don't know your name. That's why. Right? Namak natin sa akin makiuwi. Amawan. Right. Chaza is fine with that. Ashraf, any questions? No. Okay. Can you quickly copy down this? मैं quick इकमेंट सटापट गाला copy down करेगा ना? We'll then after that we'll go for the other questions. We have to do a error correction as well, right? අපිට ඊළඟට error correction එකක් කරන්න තියෙනවා, right? We have to do an error correction. And then after the error correction, we have to go for the statements. Then after this, we have to go for the statements, financial statements. We have somewhere around another 1 hour, right? We have another 1 hour, right? We can continue for another 1 hour and then we'll wind up. then I'm right. We can take a screenshot, right? You can take a screenshot of this, right? You can take a screenshot of this, so you can copy down this later. Since you are running out of time, I'm erasing this. Huh? Okay. Then we'll go for the next. That is the error corrections. ගොඩක් ළමයි error corrections කියන එක දැක්කමත් බයයි. එහෙමද? ඔයාලත් එහෙමද? error correction දකිද්දි නිකන් මෙන්න වෙවුලනවා. අපෝ error corrections තියෙනවා, suspense තියෙනවා. ඇයිය? එහෙමද? පිස්සුද ළමයි? error corrections කියන්නේ පට්ටාතල් ගාන. ආ? O-level commerce, right? O-level commerce. All the sums are very easy. You can easily go for an A. O-level commerce කරලා ඒකක් definitely ගහන්න පුළුවන්. Like මගේ previous batch වල කවුරුවත් fail වෙලාවත් නැහැ. You can easily go for A. හැබැයි වැඩ කරන්න ඕනේ. වැඩ කරන්න පිස්සු කෙල හිටියොත් නම් බෑ, right? But if you work properly, easily ඒකක් ගහන්න පුළුවන්. Nothing. Right. We'll start with the error corrections. For the error corrections, what do you need? You need a suspense account. You need a suspense account. And then you need a general journal. General journal, debit. The trial balance prepared by John business as at 31st January did not balance, and the difference of 8,100 was credited to suspense. Ramai, very simple. As soon as they have given that the trial balance is not balanced, and there is a particular balance in the suspense, don't think anything. Don't think anything. Just put it into the balance, suspense, right? Just put it into suspense. Suspense is now what? Credited. Balance 8,100. ඕක දැම්මා ඉවරයි. 8,100 suspense එකට දැම්මා. That is done. Now tell me what has happened in the first transaction. A purchase invoice 4,000 has been recorded twice in the books. A purchase invoice of rupees 4,000 has been recorded twice in the books. May purchase credit purchase the credit purchase is recorded twice. 4,000. May purchase account is debited 4,000. Creditor's account is credited 4,000. Again, it is debited 4,000. Again, it is credited 4,000. Shazar, tell me what should we do now? What should we do this? What should we do here? अभी मुनाद करना होना. To correct this, what should we do? Ashraf, what should we do here? Going to අපි මොනවද දැන් කරන්න ඕනේ? අපි දැන් මක්කයි මේකට කරන්නේ. ආ අපෝ මේක හදන්න බෑ කියලා ගිනි තියන එකනේ. මේ ගාන නම් හදන්න බෑ කියලා ගිනි තියනවා නෑනේ. මේක හදන්න ඕනේ. Right, we have to correct it. To correct it, very simple. What you have to do is you have to remove this. You have to remove this 4000. එකම දේ දෙපාරක් දාලා. You have to remove this 4000. To remove 4000, what you have to do? Debit side දෙකට දාපු එකක් අනිත් පැත්තට දාන්න ඕනේ. Credit side දෙකට. Then this one and this one is getting cancelled. You record 4000 here. Then this one and this one is cancelled. At the end, there will be no. There will be no. Purchase account will be debited 4000. Creditors account will be credited 4000. That would be the correct one. So how to record it is, in the description you have to write creditors account has to be debited by 4000. Purchase account has to be credited 4000. That's what we did, ne? But earlier 4000 metana tibba, 4000 metana tibba. What did we do? Purchase account was credited by 4000. Creditors account was debited by 4000. When we did that, for this account, for this one, it cancelled. With this one and this one, it got cancelled. That's what we did, right? That's what we did. Lamai, did you understand this? Why error correction in Therunal Hadapu Hati? How did we arrive to this entry? Did you get to it? Understand it? මොකද්ද මේ කරේ කියලා? So then we have to write the reason. Recorrecting the error of recording credit purchase twice. Recorrecting the error of recording credit purchase twice. එච්චරයි. By the way, right now I know it's late. අනේ දැන් නම් මහන්සි බඩත් ගිනි නිදිත් මතයි. එහෙම සින්නක් තියෙනවානේ ලාවට. ලාවට එහෙම සින්නක් තියෙනවා. I know. But all online ඉන්නේ දැන් අනිත් පැත්තේ ඉඳගෙන ආතල් එකේ දැන් මේ ලහකට සමහර කට්ටිය පුටුවක් උඩ ඉන්නවා ඇති. සමහර කට්ටිය ඇඳ උඩ ඉන්නවා ඇති දැන් මේ ලාවේ. දැන් මේ වෙන මොකක් උඩ නැගගෙන ඉන්නවත් මේසයක් උඩ නැගගෙන ඉන්නවත් දන්නේ නැහැ. right කකුලක් උඩ කකුලක් දාගෙන right සපාන් එකේ නම් පැන්සල කටේ උබාගෙන පෑන කටේ උබාගෙන මේක බලනවත් ඇති. right or else someone might be very focused and doing this as well. Okay, so I don't know, I can't see your name. Okay, so we'll do, right? We'll continue. The next one, right? The next correction. Do we have any suspense here? Do we have any suspense? Suspense in other. Suspense ne. There is no suspense because it doesn't affect. It doesn't affect. Received interest income 9,000 has been recorded in interest income account as 900. Interest received 9,000 has been recorded as 900 in the interest income account. Then when you receive interest, what happens? Cash account debit 9,000, interest income account credit 9,000 when known, right? Cash account debit 9,000, interest income account credit 9,000. That is the correct one. But what they have done is they have recorded cash account debit 9,000, interest income account has been credited as 900. Bindu Adwindal, right? 10 is missing. But maybe this entry is correct. This entry is correct. If the entry is correct, අපි ගණන් ගන්නවද? අපි ගණන් ගන්නේ නැහැ. Entry එක හරිද? If the entry is correct, අපි ගණන් ගන්නවද? අපි ගණන් ගන්නේ නැහැ. අපි ගණන් ගන්නේ නැහැ. If the entry is correct, අපි ගණන් ගන්නේ නැහැ. The entry is wrong. Here the entry is wrong. What you have to do? You have to recorrect this. To recorrect, what you have to do? You have to add 8,100 for this. Interest account 8,100 add කරන්න. අඩුයිනේ. 9,000 minus 900 is 8,100. We have to add 8,100 to this. How to add 8,100? Simply, you are doing interest income account has to be credited 8,100, but still we need something to debit. අපිට debit කරන්න මම මොන හරි ඕන. cash දාන්න බෑනේ. cash හරිනේ. අපි cash ගණන් ගන්නවද නැහැ? cash ගණන් ගන්න නැහැ. So what you do is you come with a temporary account, that is suspense account has to be debited as 8,100. Suspense account has to be debited as 8,100. Temporary account. Cash account ganan ganna, cut the cash account and replace it with suspense. Suspense account has to be now debited. Suspense account has to be now debited 8,100 as opposite account name interest income account. As interest income account. In the general journal, you have to record this one. In the general journal, you have to record this one. That is suspense account debit 8,100. Interest income account credit 8,100. Within brackets, you have to write recorrecting the error understating interest income. Understating recorrecting the error understating interest income. Recorrecting the error understating interest income. අන්න එහෙම දැම්මම හොඳටම suspense account has to be debited 8,100. Interest income account has to be credited 8,100. The reason is recorrecting the error of understating interest income. That's all. Okay. our suspense account චුට්ටකට මේ පැත්තට අරන් යනවා ඉඩමදි නිසා. Balance 8,100. Interest income means 8,100. I'm erasing the suspense account here. Then we'll do the next one. The next sum. Paying employee salary 13,000 has been completely omitted. We have completely omitted from the books. Completely omitted. Full amataka vela. Mohevat record karla hai. We have not recorded anywhere. If we have not recorded anywhere, we have to just record it here in the books. What did we do? We have salaries, right? Employee salaries. Salary account debit 13,000. 13,000, right? Yes. Cash account credit 13,000. Hari double entry on the tunnel. What is this? Error of omitting from the books killer statement mention. Error correction then you have to balance this suspense. Bindu I. Bindu I. That's all. So all four of you, were you able to understand this error correction? Error correction, is it fine with you? Error corrections said the okay. Shall we go to the last one? Last key maker. We'll go to the what you call. I think you can do better. By the way, when is your exams? In Madina school, right? In Madina, no, sorry, in Amina. In Amina school, when is your exam starting? In November. Like, so you don't have a term test. Third term. Second term is done. Second term is over, right? Yes. Because some schools, right, in here, in Nigambu, some schools, they are starting their term test tomorrow. So, schools are so I'm not aware about the dates and all. So, they can who it. Right. Then with that, go for the last one. For the moment, I'll just skip the first question here, right? I'll skip the first question in this part. I'll go to the last question. Okay. When I may financial statement, if not, it will take more time. I won't be able to finish by 10. Wala paune. Wala hindi matindi. Right. Okay. What you have to do? Take 2 minutes. Take 2 minutes and draw the financial position and the profit or loss statement. Profit or loss statement kai financial position kai dekam endaga. Right? Vinadi dekha ya. Vinadi dekha adinda puluwan. Puluwan. What is the business name? Tanuja Textiles. Sorry. December, what is the date? 24. I believe that you guys know how to draw statements, right? I believe you know how to draw statements, profit or loss, and non-profit, sorry, profit or loss and financial position. අඳින දන්නවා කියලා මම හිතනවා. Are you well aware about it? Okay, good. So we'll together do this, right? We'll do this together, right? We'll do this together. You help me to fill, like you help me to fill. Okay, you tell me, okay, where should this be filled? Okay, කොහෙ දාන්න ඕන කියලා ඔයාලා මට කියන්න. මම දන්නේ නැහැ. right? හිතාගන්න මම දන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. Okay. So what I'll do is we'll start, right? We'll start. I guess by now you might have drawn the statements. Then statements ගහන්න වෙලාව හරි. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඒත් ගහගන්න, but I'll start doing the sum. So you guys help me, right? You guys help me. අපි එකට කරමු. Govindu, Haza, and the other one. First one. When it comes to this particular, right? First, when it comes to this particular sum, මේ sum එකක් දුන්නම first where should you go? Where should you attack is for the additional information. මෙන්න මේ additional information වල තමයි මුලින්ම attack කරන්න ඕන. Read the additional information. මතක තියාගන්න. Additional information is there, right? Additional information is recorded in both these accounts. When the statements දෙකේම additional information අපි record කරනවා, right? We record additional information in both places. First one is stocks as at 31st December 60,000. Where do we record it? Where do we record it? Where do we record? Right, where do we record? What do you call? Closing stocks. Ashraf, where do we record closing stocks? Give me an answer. Moving, where do we record closing stocks? We record this in two places. Time देख record कर. In the cost of sales, right? In the cost of sales we record ने. अभी cost of sale लेके record करना. We record in the cost of sales. Here ने. Closing stocks, right? Here we record under closing stocks. Here we record closing stocks. How much? 60,000. Then where else? One more place. Tao तैनात तीन. Tao कोहे record करा. Under we record it under current assets as well. Under current assets. Closing stocks. 60,000. Anna record kara. Okay. Maker. Closing stock has to be recorded under cost of sales 60,000. Under current assets, closing stocks 60,000. Number 2, bad debts. Bad debts ko record karan bad debts is 2,000. When you get bad debts 2,000, what you have to do immediately? Check the trial balance. Check the trial balance. What is the balance of debtors? Are there any existing bad debts? Existing bad debts in the debtors balance එක කීයද? ඒක බලන්න. There is no existing bad debts. No existing bad debts. What is the debtors balance? What is the debtors balance? Debtors balance is 42,000. Debtors balance is 42. 42,000 හම්බෙන්න තියෙනවා. But now a debtor is keeping a bad debt. 2000ක පොල්ලක් තියෙනවා දැන්. Right? අන්න 2000ක පොල්ලක් තියෙනවා ළමයි. අන්න 2000ක පොල්ලක් තියෙනවා. 42,000 debtors ලගෙන් හම්බෙන්න තිබ්බා. We are supposed to receive 42. But now there is a 2,000 rupee පොළු. පොල්ලක් තමයි. Then debtors value become 40,000. Josa, tell me. Bad debt is what kind of expense? Bad debt is what kind of expense? What is the criteria of bad debts? Bad debts fall under? Yeah, it's a loss. It's a loss. It falls under what expense? It's a loss. But what expense is that? What is the classification? It's considered as a distribution expense, right? Bad debt is considered as a distribution expense. Bad debt is distribution expense, rupees, how much? 2,000. Okay. And then debtors value is now. Debtors value is now. Earlier it was 42. Earlier it was 42. Now 42 waliin 2 adu karala. You write 40,000. You write 40,000 as debtors. You write 40,000 as debtors. Now you know, right? Shada, then dannone bad debt කිව්වම මතක තියාගන්න. Bad debt is distribution. Bad debt is always distribution. Then dannone ආය අමතක වෙන්න. Now you know bad debt is distribution. Then the next one. Distribution motor vehicles should be depreciated 20% per annum. Now check what is the distribution vehicle value. What is the value of the distribution vehicle at cost? What is the value of distribution vehicle? Distribution vehicle like a it is 650. It's an non-current assets. Motor vehicle cost is 650,000. Motor vehicle cost is 650,000. You record it there. Check what is the depreciation. The depreciation is 50,000 as at 1st of 24. 2024 පටන් ගන්න කොට when you are starting the year, We have already depreciated for the previous years. How much? 50,000. 50,000 is the previous year depreciation. Now find the depreciation for this 650 for today. Depreciation today. Other depreciation. What is the depreciation for this year? 650 into 20%. 650 into 20% is the depreciation. Bhumi, tell me what is 20% of 650? 650 वाला 20% क्या निकलेगा क्या मत? 650 वाला 20% क्या निकलेगा? Anyone can tell. What is 20% of 650? It is right. 20% of 650, right? 20% of 650 is 10% क्या है 65. I have got an answer. Oh. Who is it? 13,000. Sure, this. Huh? It's not 13. It's 130,000. It's 130. Not 30, it's 130. The depreciation for this year is 130. Gear or the depreciation you missed the zero, fine. Gear or the depreciation 50,000. Altogether that is 180. This 180 has to be recorded here. Accumulated depreciation is 180,000. Deduct it. Accumulated depreciation is 180,000. And this 130, right? Depreciation then. This depreciation 130 has to be recorded under distribution expenses. Motor vehicle depreciation, that is 130,000. They are recorded there as well. Motor vehicle depreciation has to be recorded under distribution expenses. Okay. Then what is the value of this 650 minus 180? 650 minus 180. What is the value? बिंदुයි पहले अटक गया 7යි 5 එකක් ගියාම 4යි 47. The value is 470 now. Value is 470. Okay. All done now. Adjustments adjustments you will have almost all the marks. You will have almost all the marks when you do these adjustments. Balance karna वाल लखनऊ हम्बेन्ने. Balance करना वाल लखनऊ हम्बेन्ने. मेतन में अभी current assets, current liabilities balance करना नहीं. You don't get marks for that. But still for the आतल लगता भी हिला गाना दो में, right? अभी गाना दो. We have recorded distribution of motor vehicle at costs recorded. Depreciation is recorded. Opening stock is there. Opening stock. Opening stock 40. It's under cost of sales, the opening stock. 40,000. Opening stocks 40,000. Purchase 360. Sales 585. Sales 585. Debtors of the debtors we have already recorded. Sales purchase recorded. There is creditors. Creditors has to be recorded under current liabilities. I guess you can see here, right? Creditors, that is value 28,000. Discount received is 3,000. Discount received is what? Discount received is our other income. Under other income, we have to record. Discount received. Under other income, you have to record this discount received rupees 3,000. Discount allowed is what expense, Lamai? Discount allowed is what expense? Ashraf, what is the discount allowed expense? What kind of expense is that? Distribution, administration, finance, other? Shaza, what is the category of discount allowed? Discount allowed mana category එකකට වැටෙන්නේ? No, discount allowed is distribution. Other නෙමෙයි. Discount allowed is distribution. How much is that? 2,000. Discount received is discount received is other income. Discount received is other income. Discount received is other income. Discount allowed is distribution. There now. Discount received is income. Discount allowed is expense. Then electricity charges කියන්න මොනවද ළමයි? Electricity charges. Electricity charges. What is the type of expense? Electricity charges. No. Electricity charge is administration expense. Electricity charge is administration. Electricity is administration. 6,000. It's not SOFP, yeah, it's not SOFP. I think Shaza is finding it difficult to do the financial statements. Am I right? Because you have not done in school, ne? In school, you have not done it yet, I guess. So you are finding it very difficult to do the financial statements. In O-levels, one of the most confusing and difficult sum is this, right? In O-levels, the most confusing and difficult sum is this. But when you understand this properly, but from my opinion, at the moment, I think your school is a little bit behind. Right? Syllabus because you have less than another 4 months for your O-levels. Right? O-levels I don't know if they will finish the syllabus before your exam, right? at least 1 to 2 months calling your no. I thought what exam prepare in I don't know, right? So I don't know what's going on there. So just focus on your studies, huh? Then there is 12% bank loan. What is the problem with this? All the commerce teachers getting pregnant. And now this is not the first time I'm hearing this. Like in every other school, right? In every other school, even in Nigambu, in some other places and all. Even last year, when students tell that so I'm unable to complete my syllabus at school, so I don't understand this concept. I don't understand this and that. Always the core problem is like I ask, okay, what did they do in school? No, sir, we didn't have a teacher. We had one, but she went in maternity leave. How come? Like every commerce teacher that my students have, everyone is suddenly they get pregnant. It's kind of a common thing, I guess. Hurry. So jokes apart, bank loan 12%. Bank loan is a non-current liability. Bank loan is a non-current liability. But you have to do a calculation now. Bank loan is non-current liability, rupees 200,000. Then there's an interest for this bank loan. There's an interest for this bank loan. For this, right? For this 200,000, there's an interest of 12%. Right? There's a 12% interest. Tell me what is 12% of 200,000? 12% of 200,000 is 24,000. 12% of 200,000 is 24,000. 12% of 200,000 is 24,000. Check the trial balance. Check the trial balance and tell me how much interest have we paid? අපි කොච්චරක් interest ගෙවලා තියෙනවද කියන්න මට. Check the trial balance and tell me how much interest have we paid? Already කීයක් ගෙවලා තියෙනවද කියලා බලන්න. What does the trial balance say? Trial balance is the interest that you have paid is 9,000. Trial balance says, the bank loan interest paid is rupees 9,000. The bank loan interest paid is rupees 9,000. 9,000 විතරයි pay කරලා තියෙන්නේ. තව කීයක් ගෙවන්න ඕනද? How much we are supposed to pay? They have only paid 9,000. We have to pay some more. How much? We have to pay another 15,000. This become your current liability. 15,000 you have to pay. You have not yet paid. තව ගෙවන්න තියෙනවා. තව ගෙවන්න තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ bank loan interest payable, right? Bank loan interest payable is rupees 15,000. Here under financial expenses, you have to write the total interest expense that you have to pay. Right? You have to write there the total interest expense that you have to pay. That is bank loan interest rupees 24,000. 24,000. 24,000 rupees Here what you have to record is how much you are supposed to pay now. Out of 24, you are supposed to pay another 15,000. But here you have to record the full amount. You have to pay 24,000 as interest. That is supposed to be recorded there. Is this interest calculation clear? My interest calculation is clear, or should I do it once again? Ashraf, Shaza, Govindu, and the other one. Are you okay with this interest calculation, or should I do it again? Fine, okay. Always here in the profit or loss statement, you have to record the amount relevant for the full year. In the liabilities, you have to record the amount that you are supposed to pay. Like how given okay, that's how you do that. And then another two more entries. Insurance charges 3%. That is administration. Insurance. That is 3,000. Administration expenses. There is a cash balance of 54,000. Cash balance is 54. That's current assets. Cash is 54,000. Cash can current asset. That's 54,000 you have recorded in the SOFP. And then there is capital. There is capital 300,000. Under this, under equity and liabilities, you have to write capital 54,000. Now, only thing is, right, only problem is, since we have very limited time and you have to complete this entire paper today, I won't be able to go through in detail for everything. In detail then. If it is bank rec, complete bank rec na venama ugarna. If it is financial statements, eka venama study karan. So, 100% in detail. Okay, maybe when you join the upcoming classes, then we'll discuss them very clearly. The capital is 54,000. Right. We are almost done. We are almost done. What we have to do now is we have to balance it off now. We have to balance it off. And now we balance karanga. How to balance this? $360 minus 60 is 300. 300 plus 40 is 340. So we take 340 here. Okay. Sales minus cost of sales, right? Sales minus cost of sales. Cost of sale is 340. If you deduct this 340 from this 585, what is the value? You deduct 340 from 585. What is the value? It's 245, right? It's 245,000. 245,000. For this 245, you are adding this 3, then it becomes 248. Your gross profit is 245. Why gross profit then 245? For this gross profit, you are adding other income has to be added. You add this 3,000 and it becomes 248. And then there is distribution, administration, and other expenses. Calculate this. 130 plus 4 is 134. 6 plus 3 is 9,000. Bank loan interest is 24,000. Add these three together. Add these three together. 134 plus 24 plus 9. 134 plus 24 plus 9. It is 167. 167. 248. 248 minus 167 is equal to 81,000, right? It is equal to 81,000. I guess you can't see this place. Right? I'll show you like this. Here, the net profit is, right? The net profit is 81,000. In front of that, right? In front of that, you have to write. In front of this 81,000, you have to write net profit for the year. Right? Net profit for the year. When the net profit for the year is, right? Net profit for the year is 81,000. Net profit for the year is 81,000. Now this 81,000 has to be taken here. This 81,000 has to be taken here. Rather, under capital, you have to write plus net profit. You have to add the profit, 81,000. Then we will do the calculations here now. Now here. 60/40 is 154. 150. 154. 154 plus 470 is equal to 154 plus 470 is equal to 4, 7 plus 5 is 12, 4, 5, 6, 624,000. 624,000 is the total assets. Total asset is 624,000. ඊට පස්සේ මෙන්න මේ ටික ඇඩ් කරමු. Sorry. Wait. This is not 54. Not me 54 එකක් මම දාලා තියෙන්නේ. The capital here is 300,000. The capital here is 300,000. Sorry, yeah. The capital here is 300,000. Then what you have to do? You have to add the values, right? You have to add the values now. මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? 300,000 plus 81 plus 200, right? 300 plus 81 plus again 200 plus 28 plus, I don't know if you can see here, 15 is there. When you add these things, right? When you add these, you will get the value of 624. when you add here, when you add these things, you have to get the value of 624. And if you get 624 here, and if you get 604 here, then the sum is completely correct. Now, in front of this 624, you have to write total equity and liability. Right? You have to write total equity and liability there. Right? Total equity and liability right? Total equity and liability okay. At the end of the day, total assets, right? At the end of the day, total assets are equal to the total equity and liabilities. Hari, assets equal equity plus liability. However, assets are equal to equity plus liabilities. That's what you have to do here. That's what you have to do in this particular sum. Now, if you are doing it for the first time, Ade monada bamme manusya me karve kila hitai. Right? You will be thinking, Ade, what did this man did here? Huh? He is doing. He's putting there, he's putting here. I am confused. Huh? Mawa karakola tariya wage dino. It's possible. Right? If you are doing it for the first time, it's possible. Right? Even when I was at your age in the grade 10, 11, right? When I did this for the first time, I went like, this was like magic for me. But now, after a period of time, by doing this again and again, I got practiced. So same thing will apply to you as well. You need to practice, right? You need to practice doing this again and again. So I'm inviting you to join classes for the revision class, right? I mean, you to join the paper classes, right? Not theory, paper classes to practice more papers. Learn your theories from school. Join with me to do more papers. We'll be covering at least 15 years of past papers within the next 4 months. In the next 4 months, at least 10 to 15 years of past papers karna. At the gota all the practice karagana pulva. I'll make sure that I'll get you an A, right? You don't worry, I'll make sure that you will get an A. Yes. So copy down this. When I copy down karagan. And by the way, were you able to grab something from this session? Were you able to understand certain areas that you were unclear previously? Shaza, Govindu. Paper classes are starting from next week onwards, right? Next week onwards, the same time, 7 to 10. 7 to 10 tama class online. The physical one is on Saturdays in Nigambu, right? The physical one is in Nigambu, so you won't be able to come to the physical one. So you can join online on Tuesdays. On every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, we'll be starting. You are in the group, right? If you are in the group, if you are in the WhatsApp group, I'll drop the further details as well to you. My message my number is 072929441. This is my number. You can drop a message if you want to learn more about accounts. Accounts BS number message. Right. And one more thing. Okay, right. So thank you, Shaza, about the comment. And with that, since it's 10 past 10, we'll wind up. Ne? Thank you and God bless you then. So we'll meet on another day, right? Maybe on another free seminar as well, right? Seminar ka mundan nang onnang tawa exam lang nila. So until that, we can wind up. Thank you and God bless you. Good night.